Hey everybody. Well, if you've recently watched the first part of the antenna test for the 2990, you'll have seen me testing with the VNA, and you would have seen the frequency response moving as my hands either touch the box or touch the VNA. So some of you probably already thought to yourselves, with it just being equivalent of a handheld, the rest of this, the coax and the VNA, is making part of the antenna. So when I'm touching it, it's affecting the results. So what I've done is I've actually put a quarter wave counterpoise on here. Often see people talk about adding a counterpoise to their handhelds, and it's made dramatic difference. So this is just on the stock antenna here right now. So if I just come over, I can touch the VNA, no movement in the resonant frequency, it still stays the same. Would be a slight movement when I touch the box here, but not a great deal. You saw just a slight change there. But so I'm going to repeat the tests with these antennas because I have been through it, and it was a very, very marked difference, particularly with those telescopic antennas that were way high in frequency. So there's the stock with the quarter wave counterpoise. It's resonant there, the lowest SWR at about 26.34 megahertz. Okay, so we'll switch again, and we'll do in the same order that we did the last ones. So that was the stock. This is the other aftermarket antenna I got from Knights when I bought the radio. So you can see that has a much lower resonant frequency, so I can scroll down here now. There, that's at the minimum, just about, and that's at 25.850 kind of region. So that's quite a lot lower, and about the same sort of bandwidth as the other antenna. So now we'll go to the eBay telescopic that came from Thailand. This is currently, I've got 3 collapsed segments on this. I think if you remember, in the first video I said I thought this antenna was rated from 12 meters to 10 meters, and that would, the fact that I've got so much collapsed would certainly indicate you could get down as low as 12 meters. So there we have it. It's about the bottom, actually quite a good low SWR on that one, and you'll have noticed the curve, it's got a much wider bandwidth, and that's sat at 27 megs right now, 27 point something there. So that one's pretty good, a little bit higher than the other two. So we'll bring that one off, then we will go to the other telescopic. So this is the HYS telescopic. Now this one I've just got one segment collapsed, and I could quite easily collapse another one, but that's pretty much at 20. That's at 26.7. But we can just bring this down a little bit and take that up to be in a similar range as the other one. There we go. There, that's about the same as the other telescopic now, just slightly collapsed. So this one probably has a little bit more loading, that the telescopic doesn't need to be collapsed as much, but that's sat at 27 megs. And again, quite a nice broad bandwidth on that now. So now, I mean, as you can probably tell, these with the counterpoise, these telescopics are actually coming out to be more of my favourite. So here's the shorter of the fixed. This was HYS as well. And now this is more aligned with the stock from a frequency, resonant frequency standpoint. There you go, that's kind of the minimum there, down at 26 point, about 26 megs. So those, well, the fixed, in the previous test, the fixed were quite consistent with one another. And they are here, they just have a slightly lower frequency. So now here's the last one. This is that Twi radio or whatever it was. I can't remember what I said this one was now. This one was HYS. It was the other telescope. It was the Twi radio. Okay, so this is the big loading coil, and then that bit of a whip, and this is quite a lot lower with the counterpoise. It's right down at 25.5 megahertz. So out of all of them, certainly from a resonant frequency standpoint, with a counterpoise, this one's the worst, or at least the furthest off what you would consider as a desirable frequency. The stock antenna, the larger fixed that I got from Knights, or this fixed HYS, they're all fairly consistent down 26 megahertz range. And actually what's coming out as possibly my favorite with a counterpoise is this telescopic HYS, because of its adjustability, and it's a reasonable SWR, and what is super interesting is, so that's at about 2 SWR, and that's at 26.6. So I go to the other side at about a 2 SWR, 27.5. So about a 1 meg of bandwidth. So that's pretty handy for the handheld. And of course, if you're going up into 10 meters, you can collapse that a little bit further, or if you're down on the US kind of CB frequencies, you can run it a little bit higher. So there, I just wanted to do another quick follow-up video to demonstrate how much the counterpoise does improve. I think the use of a handheld really does change the reliability of the frequency response. So I think that's the main thing there. And it generated some nice bandwidth, especially on these two antennas. So thanks, and look forward then. Next one will be field strength test. So look forward to talking to you then. Take care now. Bye bye.